guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have some extremely beautiful makeup brushes to play around with. These are Glam GD Rose Pro complete 15-piece brush set. In a previous video I filmed a look using their 10-piece Bianco marble brush set, and if you've seen that video already you will see that I had nothing but very good reviews on each of those brushes. They performed really well, they were extremely beautiful, and I have no doubt in my mind that the 15 brush set that I'm using tonight are going to be every bit as good, if not better, than the previous ones that I've tried. I'm going to be talking about each of the individual brushes as I'm using them throughout this video, but just to give you a little bit of background information on the complete set, it's a 15-piece professional brush set and it includes a mix of face, eye and detailing brushes, and it comes with a matching clutch. The handles are beautifully finished in a black birchwood and rose gold aluminium, while the bristles are made from a very high quality synthetic fibre. They are antibacterial and cruelty free, and I have a discount code for these brushes. I'm going to leave it somewhere here, and I'm also going to pop the discount code in the description below. So like I normally would, I'm going to start with the brows, and I'm taking brush 348. It's just an angled brow brush and it looks like this. So I'm going to get cracking on that. The brow brush from the last set that I used I was so impressed with, so let's see how we go with this one. Okay, so just taking an eyebrow gel on the end of my brow brush and then swiping off the excess. I'm going to carefully just swipe it through my brows and keeping it keeping it as natural as I can. Okay, so that's brows done. I just used the brush to stay very closely to the natural shape of my brow, and it worked really well. Spread the product throughout the brow nice and evenly, didn't clump in any places. Very happy with this. So next, moving on to foundation, and this brush set gives me two options to apply my foundation. One is using brush 230, which is a standard flat foundation brush, but I have other ideas for this one, so I'm just gonna leave it down there for a minute. Taking the alternative route, I'm going to be using brush 224, and it is a flat angled kabuki brush which looks like this. So the reason why I've decided to use this brush as my foundation brush is because in the marble brush set it came with a similar brush and I used it to apply my foundation, and it just gave me a really nice full yet even coverage and a really nice finish. So for that reason I'm going to use the kabuki brush. So just taking the foundation on the back of my hand and applying it to my brush, I'm going to start working that into the face. So that's my foundation applied using brush 224, the flat angled kabuki brush, and as I expected it applied my foundation absolutely flawlessly, gave really full coverage and an even finish. Also I should mention that it's really good for carving out the top of the brows as well, because it's got that angled cut. So for that reason I really love this brush as a foundation brush. So next, moving on to concealer, and my big reveal, I'm going to be using brush 230, the flat foundation brush, to apply concealer under my eyes and on the high points of my face. So just taking a cream concealer on the end of my brush, I'm just going to pop it on underneath the eyes. That is my cream concealer applied using the flat foundation brush. Perfect for getting in under the eyes and up onto the forehead and also the chin. I just went back in with the flat angled kabuki brush just to blend out just the very edges just so that there's no harsh lines. But overall, very, very happy with how this brush worked. Moving on to cream contour, and I'm using brush 218, the flat contour brush, and it looks like this. I'm going to be using that to apply cream contour to my cheekbones and down the sides of my nose, under the lip, under the jaw, and also into the hairline. So just taking the cream contour on the end of my brush, I'm going to start working that into the face. So that is my cream contour done using brush 218, the flat contour brush. I absolutely love these style of brushes for applying contour because it's just the right size for getting into the cheekbone and getting that real chiseled effect. Blends beautifully up into the hairline and under the jaw as well, and also it's small enough to go down the side of the nose and in under the lip as well. Love, love, love this contour brush. Cannot get enough of it. Definitely going to be one of my favorites going forward. So next I need to set my face, and taking brush 206, it's a big fluffy powder brush and it looks like this. I'm going to be going in with a translucent powder and just touching it all over the high points of my face. I have to say, I think that must be the quickest that I've ever applied a setting powder to my face. This 206 brush is just so big and fluffy, and it covers a huge area of the face as you're working in the powder. It works really well and feels really, really nice and pleasant on the skin. Next, I want to set anywhere that I've applied the cream contour. To do that, I'm taking brush 212. It is just this angled fluffy face brush and it looks like this. So I'm just going to be taking some powder on the end of that brush and working it into the contoured areas of my face. Absolutely after falling in love with brush 212, the angled face brush. I just used it to set the contoured areas of my face. It worked really, really well, gave a really, really nice blend and just created a really, really nice warm look to my face and created quite a lot of depth as well. So 10 out of 10 from me, really, really good brush to work with. Next I get to move on to my favorite part, which is highlighting. To do that, I'm using brush 236. It's just a big fluffy fan brush and it looks like this. I'm going to be using it to apply highlighter to the tops of my cheekbones, my forehead, down the center of my nose, cupid's bow and chin. Now we are just absolutely glowing. These results just speak for themselves. I don't even need to tell you that. The 236 fan brush, fantastic, unbelievable. I'm so impressed. That is really, really, really nice glow. Very, very happy with that brush. So next, moving on to the eyes, and to begin I'm taking brush 336. It is a precision angled eyeshadow brush and it looks like this. And I'm going to be using it to apply a shimmery highlight to my brow bone. I'm also going to be wetting this brush just to give a little bit more intensity. So just giving it a little spritz. So initially when I got this brush, I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I'm so glad that I did use it for this purpose because it's just the perfect size. It's not too big and not too small for applying a highlight to your brow bone, and also it's got that nice point, so it just goes nicely in along the bottom of the brow as well. Next, I'm taking brush 330. It is just a fluffy blending brush and it looks like this. I'm going to be using it to apply the transition shade just above the crease and below the highlighted brow bone. This is a really nice blending brush. It's really fluffy and really soft. I just used it to work the transition colour into the outer V and in along the crease, working it inwards. I also blended it up into the highlight just so that there was no harsh lines. Overall, this is a really nice blending brush. I'm currently using a Zoeva blending brush, but I have to say I nearly prefer this one to it. Next, I'm taking brush 342. It is a precise crease brush and it looks like this. Similarly to the last brush, I'm going to be using it to apply a darker shade into the outer V and working it inwards along the crease. Going back in with the previous blending brush, I'm just going to blend out just the very edges, just so that there's no harsh lines. This is what we're looking like right now. I'm going to take brush 306. It's just a flat concealer brush and it looks like this. I'm going to pop some concealer on it and then cut out my crease. Okay guys, let me tell you something, and this is no word of a lie. I'm not that great at cutting creases, but that is the easiest cut crease that I've ever achieved using the 306 concealer brush. I think it's just because it's so dense. I literally just went tap, 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 and there was my crease cut. Honestly, really good concealer brush. If you only use it for cut crease alone, definitely a must have in any makeup bag. Okay, so next, taking the 312 flat shader brush, which looks like this, I'm going to apply some colour to my lid where I've just cut the crease. Okay guys, these brushes just keep getting better and better. I just used the 312 to pack a gold shimmery eyeshadow onto the lid. Now, normally when I'm doing a cut crease, I will use 2 shader brushes to fill in the lid, a large one and then a very small one, but this is an all-in-one. I literally was able to pack it onto the lid, and because it's got that really nice firm point, I was able to work it right up into where the gold now meets the red. I'm really happy with that. It's after saving me an extra step and after creating a really handy shortcut as far as cut creases go. I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush again, using the other side, just to apply a slightly darker colour to the outside of my lid. Then just to blend that darker colour a little bit more inwards onto the lid, I'm taking brush 318 and it is a flatter blending brush and it looks like this. I'm just going to gently swipe that downwards onto the lid just to give it a more kind of blended effect. This is a really nice blending brush for the lid. I'd say you could use it for the crease as well, but I love it for bringing that darker colour inwards onto the lid just so that it doesn't look as harsh. Give it really nice definition and, nearly like a smoky effect. So hopefully you can see this massive mistake that I made here. I brought that darker shadow down way too far, but I'm gonna go in and correct it using brush 324, which is this eyeshadow buffing brush, and it looks like this. These buffing brushes are perfect for buffing out errors. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that for that purpose. So there it is gone, error removed using the 324 buffing brush. I'm telling you, these brushes are so handy for erasing any mistakes that you might make, and just for general cleanup around the eye as well. So I'm so glad that they included this as part of the set. Definitely one that I'll be using in future. Any colours that I've used above, I'm going to bring down below. To do that, I'm going to use the crease brush and the blending brush. Okay, so overall I'm really happy with the eye brushes that I've used. I just have one brush left to use in the set, but before I move on to it, I'm just going to stick on some liner and some lashes, and I'll check back in with you in a minute. So that is the eyes complete. I'm going to show you a close-up at the end of the video. I just want to go ahead first and use the final brush, which is brush 534, and it is a lip brush, and it looks like this. So I'm going to use that to line my outer lips using a liquid lipstick. So this here is the final look that I've created using Glam Doll's GD Rose Pro Complete 15 brush set. Overall, yeah, I'm really happy with these brushes, although I can't say I'm one bit surprised given that the last brush set that I got from glamdoll.ie were so good. But yes, these ones performed really well, all worked perfectly. Was able to get some really nice detail in there as well. These are actually a professional brush set and an absolute staple in any makeup bag. I do have a discount code for these, which I mentioned already. I'll leave it down below here and I'll put it in the description box as well. So that brings me to the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed this look that I created using my new Glam Doll brushes. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye!